All right, you guys, let me share with you the last PowerPoint that we're going to go through here for this class. This is on policy and politics. So there's a number of reasons why it's important to be politically active within the profession of nursing. One being that there are just a number of problems facing our U.S. healthcare system. I think that was highlighted very clearly in Sick Around the World and some of the other activities that we've done during this class. We have an extremely fragmented system where it's very hard for people to navigate. And with that, we know in the United States that we have an aging population, so the demand for a healthcare system that runs smoothly and efficiently is only going to be in increasing demand over the coming years. We as nurses practice in a way that is affected by policy. Policy development guides the things that we have to do oftentimes. And some of these decisions that are impacting healthcare, patient care, and our profession happen without input from us as nurses. So again, we have a call to kind of advocate for ourselves as well as our patients, because decisions are being made that influence how we practice, whether or not we come to the table and have a voice in what's happening. Health policy, how is it developed? Oftentimes, individuals or groups can approach a policymaker with this problem that they want to be solved. Policymakers might learn about a problem through some kind of advocacy group. It's important to note that at the national level, it's only a congressional member that can sponsor legislation. So if you're a part of an advocacy group and you really want to push something through, you have to get in contact with your own legislator to get his or her buy-in in support of your bill for it to ever make it kind of into that system. When you are thinking about putting forward a bill, you really have to kind of think about what the political climate is. What is the public's perception of the problem? Are they going to be for, against? Is this really a controversial topic? You have to be able to really clearly identify what the problem is, and if it's not addressed, or if it is addressed, as I'm asking you to do in your forum post, kind of what are the ethical or societal kind of consequences of that? And then to think, anytime you are thinking of passing a bill, who might be in opposition, an opposing group that you would need to think about. I really want you to think about ways in which you have been politically active. Perhaps that's by voting, perhaps that's by being a peaceful demonstrator, speaking with your legislator. As I said earlier, there is a survey that we have posted in Moodle to kind of assess your political level of savviness or involvement, and there's ways that might be highlighted in that survey that you could think, oh, I could take that on. I also, as I said, posted the Schoolhouse Rock Government 101 video. Watch that. It kind of helps again with just reminding you what the three branches of government are: the executive, legislative, and judicial. Again, when we're talking about policy development, we're talking about legislative branch. What is this kind of concept of politics? Most of us probably have a fairly good understanding of what politics is, but it's the use of power for change. It's influencing how things are allocated. This could be scarce resources of money, time, supplies, personnel, even access to information. Politics is also the process in which you're influencing the decisions of others. You're trying to exert control over situations or events. Hopefully not necessarily in a coercive way, but perhaps through education, again, being a really informed kind of consumer, that you're making good choices. Nurses can see that politics can affect them in a variety of situations. Within our workplace, there are politics that have taken place within government, clearly at the local, state, and federal level. Nurses can be politically active by joining professional organizations or even just being involved in a community organization, some kind of organization that's trying to give back, trying to help raise funds, trying to do things for kids. There's all sorts of them. So find something to where you feel like you can be getting involved and giving back to the community. Within our workplaces, we have policy and procedure manuals that help guide the work and care that we're supposed to give. There's a number of issues that face nurses that have political ramifications. We know from watching what's been done in the state of California through the use of unions and lobbyists and active legislation is passing rules about nurse staffing, mandatory overtime, clinical ladders, smoking and other healthcare issues, admissions and discharge policies. All of those have some political ramification of like, well, you won't be reimbursed if you have these many readmits, that sort of thing. Within the government, ways that you can be involved are simply to register to vote and go and vote, get your voice heard, be an advocate for the people and things that you feel strongly about. You could write letters to your legislators. You could work for a political campaign. You could visit with policymakers, attend a meet the candidates kind of town hall. Of course, be in communication with your legislators by email, fax, or phone. And then you could even speak to issues at a legislative hearing. Within joining professional organizations such as the ANA, they raise money to give money to lobbyists or PACs that are supporting the causes the ANA thinks are going to really benefit the healthcare of the American people. You could sign up to be on the legislative committee. You could join NSTAT, which I will talk to you about here in just a second. And you could write letters of support related to issues of healthcare, nursing education. So NSTAT, what is it? It is a program that the ANA has developed. It's called the Nurses Strategic Action Team. It unifies our political power as a group of nurses. There are a lot of us here nationwide. We make up the biggest section of healthcare, and it helps all of us to have kind of one standard voice. The NSTAT sends notices to nurses regarding impending legislation, so it helps you become informed without you kind of having to do the legwork of it. And oftentimes they'll have a form letter that you're just signing and sending to your own legislator saying, you know, as part of being a member of the ANA, I really support this and would encourage you to, you know, vote accordingly. Again, what you are doing for this week is looking for either a House or a Senate bill. I want you to formulate your own opinion about it, and then I want you to be able to articulate the societal consequences or those ethical implications that would happen if your bill was to pass or was to not pass. It has been an absolute pleasure helping you guys out get through this starting Nursing 331 Philosophies and Theories class. I hope these instructional videos have made your work throughout the week a little bit easier, a little bit clearer, helped guide you in where we're trying to go from class to class. I thank you so much for joining the Goshen College RN to BSN completion program online, and I know that you'll enjoy your next class, Professional Communications. Please do not hesitate to call me at any point if you're needing further assistance with the program. You can reach me at area code 574-535-7936 or via email at jewelcy@goshen.edu. All right, thanks so much, you guys, and way to go in finishing class 1. Bye.